you doing, YouTube? Simon here at Ascent 41, and today I've come up to my local haunting place on top of the Long Mynd for a wild camp tonight. The purpose of this wild camp tonight is to check out my new tarp. So I've just tipped up on site. There's a bit of rubbish on the ground. I haven't been here for a while. To be fair, I haven't been out since the West Highland Way, and I'm suffering a bit because I need to get out, you know, in the fresh air, and here I am. I'm starting to chill out now and relax a bit from all the work that I've been putting in. So yeah, there's a bit of rubbish on the floor. I'll get that picked up, and this tin, I think it's part of that shed that's down there, but I usually hang from that tree and that tree, but today I'm going to turn it around a bit and go from that one to that one, because I'm not using my XL tarp. The new tarp is 3x3, so we'll have and there's no air movement today. It's quite still, and there's low cloud cover, quite overcast, but it's quite a nice temperature. So we'll get set up. There's the bag full of kit that I don't probably need, but what I've done is I've brought my XL tarp still, so if if something goes wrong with my new tarp, I've got a backup. But once I get used to my new one and I understand how it works and it's going to hold together with my stitching, then obviously I won't need to bring as much kit. So yeah, I'll start waffling and we'll get it set up. There we are, all set up, hammocks up, and I'll take you around and show you what I've done. So with the top, with the ridge line, I've sewn a felled seam. Okay, so there's 3 lots of, sorry about that, better on this side. So there's 3 rows of stitching in there, and I haven't sealed it. I have no intention of sealing it unless it leaks profusely, but I've put a few buckets of water over it and it seems alright, to be fair. We had a few issues with the sewing machine looping, you can see there, and a couple of places. I don't know why it was doing that. For the reinforcing, let's go underneath again, jiggle you about. There you are. What I did there is drew round a dinner plate. Let's get out the wind. So I drew round a dinner plate, cut that disc out, folded that disc in half, and then sewn it to the tarp. So there's like two layers of Silnylon there, and then the tie out sewn on top of that. And with pressure on it, with these prussaks, I'm still using my toggles because they work fantastic for me. They seem to be holding fast. I've only got 4 tie outs on it, 2 each side, and again just sewn in, one patch there, and then pegged it in with a bit of line. Feels alright so far, to be fair. Seeing that side and the tree, reinforcing. I can't take the I can't take all the credit for making this, because to be fair, I sewed the ridge line and all the reinforcing tie out points, but because I was making this between shifts at work, Suzanne, who's my wife, her mum's a dressmaker, she hemmed it for me. So all this is her work, and she sewn on the actual straps here. So it was a bit of a joint effort. But to be fair, for my first go with the sewing machine, it was alright. Would I do it again? Yeah, I probably would. I used pins to secure it while, you know, to hold it together whilst I was sewing it, and it doesn't seem, the holes that the pins are made seem to have sealed themselves back up. So it's not perfect, you know. I've gone a bit off the mark there, but we'll see how it goes tonight. The wind's picked up slightly. There's a bit more cloud cover, you know, through there. So whether it comes, it's forecast rain, which is fantastic, which is what I want. But if it does, I think I'll drop that down, raise the hammock up, and for the first time this season, I'm gonna have to put the muzzy net on the hammock. So yeah, I've brought my trusty Tatonka mug and fuel. I didn't bring the jet oil. You know, it's fantastic, and it worked for me on the West Highland Way. It's too quick. You know, now I just want to chill out. That's my view. I just want to chill out, brew up, enjoy a coffee. Yeah, I've got a few sherbets for later, but it's only 4. And what time are we on now? 11:10, so I'll have a brew and relax. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, a bit too close there. I've missed the smell of meths in the morning. No, but this is the best. First cup of coffee in. It's got to be months and months done on the Trangia, and I'm going to look forward to it. As Bernard says, beautiful. Seems to be holding together so far. Wild camp's not over yet. Pretty strong stuff, this Silnylon. As I say, it was on offer, and it still is on offer. Oh, the stitches come off there a bit, but as long as it stays together. It is cat cut. I made a template for it and cut the two sides out and draw the template and cut it out, and yeah, it seems to keep it, you know, taut. It's creased a bit, but I mean that's nothing, but you know, where I've stuffed it into the stuff sack, that's not a problem. I'm not bothered about that. Now I've dropped the front down. That's inside. I put the muzzy net on the DD, but the wind's picking up. So as I say, I put the muzzy net on the DD, and I use the aluminium poles. But with the aluminium poles, it pushes this out, you know. So I don't know what that's going to do in the morning when. I don't think I'm going to get any condensation because I've created a nice little wind tunnel here. There's not much I can do about it, apart from dig up the trees and replant them out of the wind. But yeah, the poles on the modular just get in the way of the tarp, so I've taken them off and I've just hooked the muzzy net onto my ridge line. That's, you know, that's going to keep it off. They're not swarming around me. Pardon me, so we'll see how we get on. I just went in that metal shed down there. I don't know if you can see it down there. As I walked in, a bird flew out and just crapped all over me. Oh, flipping nightmare. Oh well, it's supposed to be good luck, isn't it? So here we are. Yeah, it's quite windy in here, but I think once I'm laid in my hammock, you know, down low for tonight, I'm going to be alright. As I say, I've got my XL tarp if I need it, but if it starts to rain and the rain starts blowing in, what I might do is put the poles back in the DD and then throw over because I've got the waterproof cover for the DD, and whack that on. And I've done that before when the wind's blowing in under the tarp with no doors on it, because this will be my summer tarp. I'll put the weight of it in the description. So this will be my summer tarp, but what I want to do, what I would like to do come autumn stroke winter, is sew doors on it. Well, not sew doors on it, but make some doors that are detachable. So I haven't thought about it fully yet, but thinking about it so far, I'll just use Velcro. That's not going to add too much weight, and that'll be the plan. And then I'll have a winterized tarp tent then, because my XL is too big, too heavy, so I'm just getting used to this condensed space and the wind tunnel effect. Anyway, we'll catch you later. The amount of times I've been up here and walked past this spot and never known. I don't know if you've heard about geocaching, but I walked past this spot here, and I apologise if this is your cache, but in here is a little tub. Now I've been up here loads of times, I've only just noticed it, to be fair. So it's geocaching.com. Right, I'll try and record and open it at the same time for you. If you don't know what geocaching is, if you Google it, you'll see what it is. Now I do subscribe to the geocaching website, but I haven't done it for ages because it just winds me up. You have to, most of the time it's tiny little micro caches about that big, and you're trying to find it in the middle of, I don't know, in a 5 metre square patch, and I just got fed up with it. But I'm still subscribing to it, so I'll still do it now and again. But this is what's inside. So it tells you all about geocaching and not to take away the pot, and then that's his next clue. So it says, well done, but this is only the penultimate cache. The final one is at Pole Bank. Get the top of Long Mynd and towards Snowdon for about, what does that say, 120 metres. Ammo box and a pile of stone. So yeah, it's mad. Been past this spot loads of times, and I was like, oh, what's that in there? And being part of geocaching.com, I had a rough idea what it was. So I'll roll this back up, one-handed, pop it back in the pot, because the people that put these caches out, they spend, their free time, ready for the next person. It must be part of a multi-cache where you find one cache, pick up a clue, and that clue corresponds to the next cache. So I'll hide it, well, back in there. I apologise if I've just ruined half your puzzle. So that was a bit of interest, finding that geocache. You know what, after doing the West Highland Way, I learnt a lot from the West Highland Way, and one of the things specifically that I learnt is hammocking's not the best form of wild camping. I got into hammocking and I enjoyed it, but you need trees specifically to hang your hammock. Yeah, fair one, with a DD you can put it on the floor, but I wouldn't recommend sleeping in your DD hammock on the floor, especially if you've got an underquilt. It was just starting to rain now. Especially if you've got an underquilt, because you're going to be cold. I'm just turning the radio off. So yeah, I was always an avid hammock camper, but now after the West Highland Way I'm struggling to find. If you haven't seen my videos, you know, click back in on my channel and look at the videos, and you'll see the experiences that I had and the issues that I had in taking a hammock and a tarp. Because luckily the tarp was the XL, so I could fashion the XL in a way that give me protection from below and above. So that wasn't the problem, it was the hammock. Most of the woods that I went into on the West Highland Way, most of the trees were dead, and most of the trees were lying on their sides. So to set up in that sort of environment would have been quite dangerous, because if you're in a hammock and you know it could pull trees down onto you in your sleep. So to that end, you know, I had an awesome experience one morning on day 6, when I woke up at the base of the mountains, and it was just me. It was on Rannoch Moor. It's just fantastic, and I was like, this is what I want. This, you know, my hobby's changed now to, you know, to being out in the open, not being restricted to the woods. I mean, this is all right for an overnight, just to get away for one night, but you know, for a few nights I want to be out in the open. So you know, that's what I've learned, and to that end I've purchased a Hurleyberg Acto, so hopefully that will come soon, and then I'm planning to go to Brecon Beacons Sunday. What day is it today? It's Friday today. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday, because I've got work. So next Sunday, finish work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, make like a pack of speeding gazelles down the no, not down the M5, so I'm going to go down the back through Lempster, Ludlow, Hereford, that way. Not Ludlow, Lempster, that way. Park the car up, get the tent up, spend the night in the tent, and then have 2 days just walking the Brecon Beacon Circular, which is an 11 mile route over a few days. There's no rush to get it done. I'm taking my DSLR, so I'm going to do some time lapses and see what we got. But you know, my hobbies, from the experience that I had on the West Highland Way, my hobbies changed. Yeah, changed from being in the hammock to being on the floor. So yeah, that's that. That's all I gotta say on that matter. I've moved pitch, you know, armed with that information that my tarp tent is acting as a wind tunnel. You know, it's not wise to stay there, is it? So to that effect, I've moved from, you know, I was there and there, but now I've moved to there because this is the way that the wind's coming, and it is forecast for rain about 7 o'clock. It had a little shower earlier, but it's not too bad. So I'll be at a full, you know, to stay where I was and just have rain blowing into my tarp, under my tarp. So, and this is the place that I would normally be, you know, between these two trees. If you've seen my videos before, you'll notice that, you know, that's where I've been before. So yeah, we'll wait and see what the weather's got to give, and get some dinner on later. But just still relaxing, chilling out. See you soon. I'm glad that I moved my tarp, because now it's 20 to 7 and it just started raining, just on cue. I don't know if you can hear it, but also I've got my all day breakfast on the boil, my boots and my food bag as a windbreak, because to be honest, those metal windbreaks are just too heavy. You know, you just fashion what you've got around your flame, to you know, to stop it from blowing the heat away. Also, I've got my intervalometer and my DSLR, and we'll see what happens with the time lapse.